Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams, and today I'm talking about Mars in the ninth house. So let's just talk about the ninth house. The ninth house is right up next to the midheaven. It's basically you're going back around the wheel, and the ninth house is all about religion, spirituality, traveling, cultures. People that have planets in the ninth house really appreciate those things. And it is on the social side of the quadrants and also the collective. So people that have planets in the ninth house are interested in multiple cultures. So then we put Mars in there, and Mars is that action principle. Mars is your physical body taking action, your energy, your drive. That's what Mars is all about. It's like, we're gonna get in there. So Mars in that ninth house says that you have a passion for learning. You love to learn, and the more you get your hands in it, the better. So you love philosophy, you love to interact, you might like to debate, you probably love travel. That is a big focus of probably a lot of people who have Mars in the ninth house, because that ninth house is all about culture and the world and languages and traveling the world. So those people that travel the world in a sailboat, or who just travel, take trips all the time to different countries, learning languages, learning their customs, that's a really typical ninth house person, or that's a very typical Mars in the ninth house person. They also have a drive to educate themselves. They really, whether they go to college or they study other things, they're obviously very busy people, and they take a lot of energy to teach themselves things, teach themselves all kinds of things, very much focused on the humanity, but humanity's wisdom. So the ninth house is about the collective houses, and we have the Akashic records there too. So all these things, religions, philosophy, education, higher education particularly, is in that ninth house, and understanding cultures and just growing and learning, and always, so you have a tremendous drive to constantly grow and learn, and preferably in a physical way, but you have a lot of energy to drive for that. That is Mars in the ninth house. And actually, I have a daughter who just graduated from college, and she is going to school and just got a job as an elementary school teacher. So again, bringing that in. And before that, she was a theater arts major, and you gotta say that is also very active, very physical. You're doing lots of physicality, in fact acting and using the body, and going to school to learn physicality. PE, acting, music also has a lot of physical activity, driven to learn all about those subjects, and higher education. Very passionate. Now, yeah, sometimes you're sitting in desks all the time when you're in higher education, but you just have that drive. And even if you're not college bound, you're still going to have interest in those subjects. You might be self-taught. You're going to teach yourself these things because, hey, the world is a classroom now. There's so many ways to learn, and so you can still do that. But I think that travel bug is really going to be big for people with Mars in the ninth house. So let's just take a few examples of various placements. Like I've said before, the sign to me is less than the placement, because the placement tells you about where you're focusing. It's kind of like a play. So this is a very easy one. Higher education, world traveler. So that Mars energy that takes action is in the set of traveling the world and learning and creating wisdom. That's kind of an easy way to think about it. So let's go with Cancer. So say you have Cancer in the Mars. Now Cancer is more sensitive, and they have that cardinal water. So you might be more interested in something that's more nurturing And so you're going to take that nurturing quality of how do we, like childcare or helping people process their emotions, emotional, or help protect them. Or hey, just being a homeschool mom, I can say that would be another way of you're going to teach your kids at home and you're protecting them, and you're going to, maybe not protecting them. So protective doesn't necessarily mean you're going to hold them back, but you're going to provide a safe environment for them to learn. So that would be Cancer. So now we're going to go for Capricorn, something totally different. So Capricorn is a builder. They want to build structure. It's also cardinal, so they're going to take charge. So that person might be more interested in starting a business and maybe an international business. Maybe you're going to go overseas and create a business in another world or another country and take initiative to get out of the country and build something new in a new environment. Or you might travel and have a lot of places that you're going to travel to because you want to indulge your sense of that ninth house is learning about cultures and enjoying learning other people's ways in the world. Okay, so now let's talk about, say, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius is fixed air, and so Aquarians, they probably do a lot of traveling, but they're a little bit more remote. It's a little more mental, and it's really, again, holding air. So Aquarius is fixed air, and so they're probably building. It's kind of a building thing where they're going to hold things together. Those are the people that are probably traveling to create world peace, or you're creating they're diplomats and they're going to travel the world and try to understand things so we can make a better world, because Aquarians are very focused on that. So that's what I mean about ice cream flavors. You're still going to be really interested in higher learning about religions, philosophy, customs, languages, but sign is going to be a certain approach. So let's do one more. Let's say Leo. Okay, so Leo is kind of like that celebrity. They're shining, but they love everybody and they just have this aura. So Leo might be someone who is very passionate about the arts and performance or sports. So they might want to travel the world as a surfer or something. I'm going to go to surf all over the world and see, because we have this commonality with these surfers and we have this passion of expressing ourselves in a artistic and physical way. And that Leo, and that also could be an actor. Leos definitely have that aura of traveling. You could be a traveling musician, a circus performer. You could actually be an athlete, traveling a lot. So travel really speaks a lot in that ninth house, and definitely you'll be traveling if you're a professional athlete. So those are just some examples. So you can just take your sign and just put that in that ninth house. You'll probably recognize yourself because, oh yeah. And that includes like spirituality as well. Because spirituality there's kind of some spirituality in the 12th house, but that's really more the oneness. So when we think of spirituality, whether it's New Age, religion, that's the place in the ninth house. So all that's, tarot, anything that is we write, we read and understand, that's all going to be there in that ninth house. And the people that have Mars there have tremendous passion for those subjects. All right, so let me know, you ninth house Mars people, does this resonate with you? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And I also want to let you know of my two free passion projects on Facebook. The first one is called YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm coaching people how to be successful on YouTube. Because it's not about just making good content. There's a lot of other things on the back end that we really need to have in place to grow your channel. And then the other one is called creative soul alignment, and that's a group of people that are interested in spirituality and creativity. Because here's the deal, we are all spiritual because we're spiritual beings, and we are creative. And when we create, we're expressing our divine flow. In fact, all of us are here right now at this time in the world to create a world that works for all of us without any creepy, unelected overlords telling us what to do. We didn't agree to that. No, we didn't. So the way we're going to get through that is we are going to visualize a world which works for all of us. And once we all are on board saying we're going to kick these creepy overlords out, then the solutions are going to come. But we need to come together, the whole world. This is not just America, this is the whole world. So that's, again, that 9th house. We're in this together, and we need to hold the vision of a new earth without the parasites. All right, keep that in mind, and I'll look forward for doing more videos in the future. All right, keep that in mind. All right, take care. Bye.